is about trying to quell a debate that's out there in the fitness world on what kind of tools are going to deliver the best results in whatever your goals are, strength, endurance, and so forth. I make the argument that it's not about the tools. It's kind of like giving credit to getting stronger to kettlebells or dumbbells or whatever. It's kind of like Leonardo da Vinci giving all of his credit of the Mona Lisa to his brush and paints. You know, the tools are important, but they're not really what's making the result happen. What is making the results happen is primarily based on the exercise itself. Okay, so for example, stronger shoulders and arms and so forth, we have an overhead press. Okay? With the kettlebell, we have our overhead press. With a dumbbell, we have an overhead press. Okay, see where I'm going with this? Cinder block. We have an overhead press. The movement is pretty much about the same. Yeah, we can hair split things, like the kettlebell has a little bit more force here and there and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, it's really not what's that important. Okay? What really does produce the results is saying, you know what, I did 30 pounds last week, I'm going to bump it up to 35. Or I was doing 17 reps, I'm going to go for 20. That's where the results come from. The results are coming from your time and effort spent, not in whether or not it's some technological new innovation or different tool. Okay? So what this gives you is use whatever tools you like. Okay? I have dumbbells, kettlebells, cinder blocks, sandbags, you know, all these things to work with. But if you came to me and said, Matt, you can only use dumbbells, I'd say, okay, sure, fine, whatever. You can't use kettlebells anymore. Well, no skin off my nose. I'm doing the same thing. I'm working the same basic movements. The only reason why I have these kettlebells is simply because I like using them. I don't believe there's any massive benefit to using this versus using that for a lot of the exercises. A little bit of a different flavor, but there is nothing else. The thing that makes the difference is what's in here. Digging deep, working harder, putting in more effort. That's where the results actually come from. Fortunately, you can't buy it, but you can dig deep and find it within yourself. Matt at thefitherbal.com. Be fit, live free.